we're back. Keg, Coop, NASCAR Cup Series road course at Watkins Glen this weekend. Back off the 2-week Olympic break, which felt absolutely at least a month longer than it actually was. What's going on, Coop?
Not much, man. I'm totally with you, excited. We got 3 races this weekend. And, I enjoy watching the Olympics, but I would much rather watch some racing. So I'm very excited.
I would have loved the Olympics if we still got our races on Sunday. It would have been a lot better.
It would have been a shit show, man. With NBC covering the Olympics and then them trying to fit in the races, man. It would have been a disaster for them. If they get any type of delay, God knows what they would have done.
All right, so 3rd or 4th road course of the year, Watkins Glen. Earl, what are your thoughts? What do you ordinarily look for going into this race, regardless of the year?
This race, from a live betting perspective, is a lot better than a pre-race perspective, in my opinion, because of Chase Elliott. He suppressed the values of everybody else and given them some nice numbers to begin with. So that helps that instance. He's also heard it in some instances pre-race because, you have to bet against him, and it's a tough thing to bet against Chase Elliott on the road courses nowadays. The guy's an absolute beast. So, I really look for the cream to rise to the top. We've talked about that before. That's what happens during these road courses is the best drivers on these road courses have a huge advantage to the, subpar, mediocre, average drivers. And it shows because, like we said, the cream always rises to the top. But, what I'm most excited about so far this weekend is that truck race tomorrow. I think there's some good bets to possibly be had in that truck race live. So that's the race I'm most excited about right now. Obviously, it's the first race, which is probably part of the reason why I'm so excited. But I'll definitely be excited for all 3 races. But I really like that truck race tomorrow for, the betting live.
Why?
Well, AJ Allmendinger's in it. He's going to be the odds-on favorite, but he's starting it back. And then, there's some other good drivers. No different than what Chase is doing in the Cup Series. That's what AJ has done in the Truck Series, being in this race. John Hunter Nemechek, I think you get him around plus 500. He's decent, solid, road course driver, but he has the best equipment, by far. And then you have Sheldon Creed, you have Kaz Garla, you have Corey Heim. You've got several drivers who I think could give AJ Allmendinger a run for his money, and I think we can get him at some good numbers too.
I'll buy that. Yeah, I'll be looking to live bet all 3 races, obviously. But just talking about Sunday's race, yeah, Chase Elliott, 25 years old, and 2 wins away, two wins behind Jeff Gordon for being tied for the most road wins in Cup Series history.
It's amazing.
That's in only 12 races, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. Yeah, he's amazing. He deserves to be a $2 favorite. And I guess we'll dive into bets now. I know you wrote something on Kurt Busch that you liked him in the Discord, and then I wrote something after you were done that I agreed with it. I mean, his worst finish at this track was 11th in the last 7 years at the Glen, and he's been in the top 10 6 of 7 years. Well, 6 of the last 7. So he's strong at the Glen in general. He was 6th at Sonoma this year, 4th at Road America this year. So, I mean, yeah, the fact that I don't know anybody that's not looking to back him this week. That's smart. I mean, now I looked at his top 10 number. It's like minus 140. Ordinarily, I would never bet that, like a 140 in the top 10. But it's tempting with him, man. And his top 5 at plus 300 is also tempting. He could easily sneak into the top 5 this week. Yeah. And I might lay the 140 for him to get in the top 10. And there's one more top 10 bet I like, which is Ross Chastain at plus 125, but we'll get to the top 10s. But yeah, we might as well kick it off with Kurt Busch because you talked about it in the Discord, and then I added my 2 cents.
Well, I mean, it's also compounded by the fact that, they have him up against Will Byron, and this is definitely Will Byron's toughest discipline when it comes to racing. He hasn't fared well this year at all. Some of it has been bad luck.
I was just going to ask you that. I looked at his road course finishes this year, right? And on the surface, they look god awful. Mm-hmm. But how many of those races was he running in the top 15 and got taken out of the race?
2 of them.
Okay.
So, I look at it this way. William Byron is a 10th to 15th place finisher on road courses, in my opinion. Kurt Busch is a top 10 finisher who has that top 5 ability. I don't see William Byron having any top 5 ability whatsoever, and I think his top 10 ability is somewhat limited. So, I mean, FanDuel had him at minus 116 to minus 110. Kurt Busch is way better than 6 cents over Will Byron. And it's going to take a bad accident, something crazy to happen in order for Will Byron to beat Kurt Busch.
I don't disagree. I was going to try to bet Kurt Busch in every matchup available this week, right? The problem is, in 7 books that I have, the only person he's matched up against and Will Byron.
Yeah.
That's
the
it.
The number that they're giving him against Ross Chastain is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I would never pay that money for him against Chastain because Chastain himself has had some solid results this year on road courses.
So that's the problem. Like there's really only one way to back him this week in matchups because the books aren't giving you anything else. Correct. And if you want to bet him in the top 10, you got to either lay the 140 or you got to take a shot on him to hit the top 5 at plus 300. Aside from that, it's only like one group that you can bet him on. So they're limiting your ways to get on Busch this week because they know.
I mean, I've seen him as high as minus 155 against Ross Chastain, which, I mean, the guy's good, but he is not like an 80 to 90 cent better than Ross Chastain.
MGM, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I saw it. Yeah.
I mean, I would almost rather take the minus 140 top 10. And I know we talked about this the prior week, I believe, with Kurt Busch. We liked it better for him individually versus the top 10 bet. I forget who it was against. But this week, I would rather bet him top 10 at minus 140 than the minus 150 to 155 against Ross Chastain.
That's where I'm at. That's exactly where I'm at.
Ross Chastain, could finish 7th. Kurt Busch could finish 8th or 6th and 7th, whatever. Chastain, you got to give him his due. He's done well this year on road courses.
Yeah, I don't hate the plus 125 on him to sneak into the top 10 this week.
Right.
Yeah. All right. So we agree. You like Kurt Busch over Will Byron, I wanted to bet him in matchups this week. It's the only way to bet him in matchups this week. And are you gonna? Normally, you and I aren't the kind of guys that bet minus 140 for a guy to finish in the top 10. Are you gonna pull the trigger on that?
I'm going to sleep on it. And it's not a bet that I really thought about prior to you bringing it up. For one thing, saying that we rarely bet minuses, and I mean minus 116 that I'm putting down on Kurt Busch and Byron might be the biggest minus bet I've made in NASCAR the whole year.
Right.
So, but yeah. I definitely agree with what you were saying about him making the top 10. I mean, he's finished in the top 10 in over 50% of his road course races.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer. It feels like a no-brainer. The only problem is that fucking price, man. I don't think I've ever laid 140 on anybody to finish in the top 10 ever.
I mean, we were laying, we might have laid 120 on Will Byron right before they jacked his price up earlier this year.
Yep. All right, so the only other group he's in the group with Byron, Blaney, and Bowman. He's plus 220. Do you like just taking him in that group, or do you like taking him and somebody else in that group?
I don't know if I'm going to do anything with that because I have some other bets I like too. But, Ryan Blaney screwed us all year. And, that's why I kind of am timid in that aspect of betting that group, because he's got a good starting position. He's solid on road courses, although he's better on the Rovals than he is on the true road courses. But, he could very easily finish one or two spots ahead of Kurt Busch. It's really the Blaney piece. Like, I like Bowman, but I don't think Bowman is going to beat Kyle Busch. And Byron, we've already talked about Byron. So that's I don't know. It might end up winning. I might end up placing it. I don't know. I'm not a big on it right now.
Just to put a bow on Kurt Busch, if it wasn't for him starting 17th, I would have taken a chance on him at 30-1 to be the group, to be the stage 1 winner at the end of stage 1. But Chase is starting like 7 spots in front of him. Mm-hmm. And that's probably the only reason why I wouldn't throw a little bit of money on him at 30-1 to be the leader at stage 1.
I had it in my notes to talk about that stage 1 because I had a couple interesting thoughts on that. I mean, we can talk about it an hour later. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, we can talk about it now. My thoughts on it were the fact that he's starting 11th and he's 4.5-1 to win stage 1. I think that's a misprice. I think those are great odds based on his history at this track. I mean, he's won the last 2 races here. We know Truex has finished second the last 2 races here, but I think that he's a good play because 11th on a road course. I mean, he's going to be third 1 lap into the race, probably. Like legitimately, probably going to be third.
No. So let's play out the first stage.
I think you're selling.
Let's play out the first stage. So it's 20 laps long, okay? And there's a competition caution at lap 10. So it's probably going to be, 18 laps of racing? Barring there's no other caution, which we can't predict.
You don't think that he's in first place by the time that competition caution hits?
In 10 laps? Hell no. No.
Okay, go ahead.
Because I think these cars get out too far in front of them to make up that time in 10 laps.
Yeah, but he's not starting 25th. He's basically
starting 11th, starting in the 5th row, 6th row,
right.
something like that.
But I mean, he'll pass 3 cars on the second turn.
Yeah, he could. I don't think, look, I mean, he's got to pass Truex. All right.
Yeah, who historically is good here, second the last 2 races.
Mm-hmm. He's got to pass him. He's got to pass your boy. He's got to pass your boy Kevin Harvick.
My boy? Oh, I mean, that's a stretch, but okay. Go ahead.
He's got to pass Kyle Larson.
Yeah.
All right. And then he's got to pass Blaney. All right. And he's got to pass Logano.
Yeah.
In 10 laps.
I mean, I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility, Coop.
Okay. All right. But
and by the way, I'm a total fade on Kevin Harvick this week.
Oh, I am too. I'm just giving you a hard time.
Yeah,
until you admit of what I said earlier this year that he.
No, I'm not there yet.
I'm going to continue to call him your boy.
I'm not there yet. All right.
So he still is your boy then. He still is your boy.
All right.
Because you were giving me so much grief about him earlier this year.
I'm not.
Kevin Harvick.
I'm not there yet. All right. That's all I'm going to say.
Shit, we're 2/3 of the way through the season. What's it going to take for you to get there?
Probably about midway through next year.
Oh my
God. Probably about midway through next year, Coop.
So, all right, so the other piece though, back to this first stage real quick, is 35 to 37 laps is the gas mileage. Okay.
Right.
And it's a 90-lap race. Okay.
Right.
I'm wondering if some cars are going to pit on this competition caution, and some are obviously not going to pit. So that's going to mess things up right there. It's going to make 2 different strategies. Because I think,
I mean, that happens at Sonoma a lot where they'll pit before the end of the first stage, but I don't think that normally happens at Watkins Glen. Does it?
Yeah, I was trying to figure out, like, the 37, is what they can run, they say. All right. There's going to be a couple laps in there, so they could stretch it to 40, maybe here and there, so on and so forth. But then again, they might be more cautious on a road course because if you run out of gas on a road course, you are really, really, really screwed.
40 laps, you're saying, not 40 miles, obviously, right?
Yeah, laps.
Yeah, so there and the end of stage 1 is what? 18 laps?
20.
Yeah, see, I know they normally short pit at Sonoma. I think everybody's probably going to stay out. I don't know why they would pit.
Okay. So, the 2 names that I had for this round stage 1 was Joey Logano at plus 700 and Blaney at plus 1,200.
So my first question to you would be, if you look at Joey Logano's last 7 races, right? He had a stretch where he looked really, really, really good from 2013 to 2016. But the last 3, like he finished in the top 7, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016. But his last 3 years, 24, 37, 23. What do you attribute that drop off to being so good to so bad at this track over 7 years?
I mean, it could be. I think I haven't gone back to look at what happened to him obviously during those races, but just thinking out loud, either he had some mechanical issues in one or more of those races, and then also strategy. We might not have went his way, So the one thing that I do know, okay, and I'll beat the dead horse again, all right, on Joey Logano, we're in the 750 horsepower package, and the guy is the best driver when it comes to that package over the last 2 years. He didn't race at Watkins Glen last year. All right, so he's not raced this track under that package that he's currently in, which he has been an absolute animal beast.
Yeah, I looked at him in stage one, and I wanted to see what you thought about, because you're normally the guy that pulls Joey Logano out of the two of us. But I looked at his last 7 races, and then it kind of concerned me, those last 3.
Yeah, right. I don't disagree with you with what you're saying from the numbers perspective. But I think, again, like I said, he has not raced in this package at this track.
That's fair.
He does a good job of playing strategy so far this year on road courses, which is, kind of leery to be on him, because it's a tough thing to continually play strategy on road courses and win, and not necessarily win the race, but win the strategy piece is what I'm referring to, which he has. So, but again, I would think the reason I like Logano and Blaney too is I think they're less likely to pit at that competition caution, because they don't want to give up the track position early, because they could win that stage. And those 10 points and that playoff point that they would earn is going to be big for them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think it's one of those two. I could see what you're saying with Chase. I can see what you're saying with Larson.
Has Logano won a race this year?
Yeah.
Well,
he won
and
the Bristol race.
He's already in the playoff then. That doesn't matter to him.
Oh no, but they want as many playoff points as they can get, man.
What points matter? What do the points matter? He's in the playoff.
I mean, you hear it every year, man, where somebody misses one of these rounds by a point or two, So
yeah, but once they make the playoffs, doesn't it all reset?
Yeah, it resets, but it also helps that you have those 10 extra points for winning the stage and then the extra playoff point.
But the playoffs haven't started yet.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but that's
that playoff point helps in the playoffs.
Wait a minute. All right. What I'm saying is, when the playoffs eventually start,
yeah, he's in.
Okay, and what is it? 16 drivers, right?
Yeah.
So for those 16 drivers, when the playoff eventually starts, do the points carry over to the playoffs, or does everything reset back at 0 for those 16 drivers?
Those 16 drivers, I think, start at like 2,000 points, okay? And then the more playoff points you get and the more stage wins you have, the more you increase your points from 2,000 and up. So like the 16th place driver will have 2,000 points. Like when Kyle Larson enters this playoffs, he's going to have like 2,075 points to begin with. I'm just making a number. He's going to have a lot more points than what the 16th place driver will.
Pete said the points carry over. They reseed by playoff points.
Right.
But playoff points only start when the playoffs start, right? Or wrong?
Correct. But if you win a stage, you get a playoff point.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. That's what I was missing. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. Now taking a look at Ryan Blaney, he's been strong here. I mean, he's a pretty good road course driver in general. He's been pretty strong at the Glen. So, I mean, 6-1 or not 6-1. What is he?
Yes, 12-1.
No, he's 6-1 at DK to win the first stage. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, bro. I'm literally staring at it.
Well, you got a bad number.
I have the DraftKings number.
I have it too, man, right here.
Yeah,
Brian Blaney, 12-1.
It's 6-1 in New Jersey, big boy. Okay.
Well, what's Logano?
5-1.
Logano 7-1 for me.
Yeah, I got. What do you have Larson and Elliott at?
Larson's at 250 and Chase is at 300.
All right, so I have 350 and 450. Fucking that. It's so annoying that the DraftKings Sportsbook switches everything state by state. It always comes down to the handle state by state. That's why they do it. But it's still
another driver who we didn't even talk about who could sneak in and win that stage is Denny Hamlin.
Where is he starting on the grid?
6th.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know what you have him at. I have him at 14.
10.
Man, your New Jersey's tight on them first stage numbers.
Well, you know why? Because I have higher odds on the 2 biggest favorites. That's why.
Right. Yeah.
That's why.
I mean, your boy Happy Harvick starts 5th, man. You can get him at 18.
I mean, I'll tell you what, bro. Based on how Kyle Larson has looked on a couple of road courses this year, starting in row 2, I would expect that he's your early leader in the race.
Could be. I mean, I watched the ARCA race today, and the pole sitter lined up on the inside, and the 3rd place car I think has an advantage to get to 2nd place better than the 2nd place car. That's why I kind of prefer Blaney over Logano.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a long race. You know what I mean? Like,
the first 20 laps is what we're talking about with the first stage, though.
Right. But I mean, I think that the leader can be caught by the first 10 cars in the first stage of a race.
Could. I'm going to pay more attention to that tomorrow and see what some of these drivers who start 10th, 11th, 12th, how quickly they get to the front.
How big is the Watkins Glen track? Is it 4 miles?
No, it's 2.45 miles.
Oh, so this is much smaller than the other road tracks that we've been dealing with.
Yeah, it's average, probably.
No, we've been on a 3.5 and 4 mile road course this year. Watkins Glen. All right, so what else are you looking at?
Going back, to some head-to-heads. What do you think about Kyle Busch over Martin Truex?
Well, I'll tell you, I was thinking a lot about Kyle Busch today. He has to be angry for the last 4 weeks after losing to his brother 4 weeks ago on the final laps. Then he spins out 5 laps into a race and wrecks the car because of wet conditions. And then he sits at home for 2 weeks.
He won't sit at home, man. You didn't watch his Instagram, man? He was out partying, man.
Yeah, but he still has to be annoyed. I think.
And he was out on vacation doing some crazy Instagram stuff, man.
We already know that he's one of the 5 best road course drivers. That's a circuit regular. So I expect him to run very well tomorrow. But I expect Martin Truex. I mean, he finished 2nd the last 2 times he raced. He was at this course and won the one prior. So I expect them both to be there. I expect the Gibbs cars to always be strong on road courses.
But do you think that, Kyle Busch, you're getting plus 100 to plus 110 depending upon the book? Truex is anywhere from a 20 to 30 cent favorite over him. He's not that much better than Kyle Busch.
Yeah, I think you're getting that price because in the last 3 years, he's either won the race or finished 2nd. If you take a look at the last 3 years, Busch ran 7th, 11th, and 3rd.
That's why they haven't raced here in 2 years, man.
No, I don't.
Changed in 2 years.
I don't necessarily disagree with
I mean,
what
do
you know what? Let's be honest. If you're gonna back Martin Truex this year, it's gonna be at a road course above everything else, isn't it?
Yeah, because what I was getting ready to say is 2 years ago, what was Martin Truex doing? He was absolutely dominating mile-and-a-half tracks, right?
Right, and he struggled.
What is Martin Truex doing this year on mile-and-a-half tracks?
He's shit in the bed.
Exactly. So
Right.
a lot's changed in 2 years. That's why, I don't mind, that plus 105, plus 110 on Kyle Busch over Martin Truex.
Doesn't that make you slightly apprehensive, though? Like, to think that if he's going to be strong, it's going to happen here?
Oh, I agree. I agree. If it's going to be strong, it's going to happen here. I mean, I agree. Totally agree. But I mean, let's look at it this way. If they ran this race 10 times, I would think that they split it down the middle. It would be 5-5 or it would be 6-4, 4-6 as far as them winning against each other. It's not going to be like a Kurt Busch beats William Byron 9 out of 10 times.
Yeah, I mean, the last 5 times they've raced here, it's 3-2.
Right. It's going to be close. So, and you're getting plus money. That's why, it intrigues me.
I mean, bro, one guy has an average finish at 8.2 the last 10 years. The other guy's 8.8 the last 10 years. So, yeah, they're razor thin. Razor thin.
The other head-to-head.
But it's a coin flip, though. Like,
I agree. Yeah.
Why back a coin flip?
Yeah. Okay. All right. That's why I asked you what your thoughts were on it, man. So
yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
The other head-to-head that I have interest in is Austin Dillon is getting plus 115 over Cole Custer. Austin Dillon has not been a very good road course race driver over his career, but he's been very good this year.
He's actually he's been dreadful over his career,
but he's been very good this year.
Very good. What has he done on a road course this year? Do you have the numbers?
I was looking at him earlier, and he's finished like 11th, 12th, and 13th, and then he had one really bad race. But he's against Cole Custer. What has Cole Custer done all year?
Not much.
Right. Like I think it's a bet where they should be closer to like maybe minus 105 for each of them. Where, Austin Dillon you're getting plus 115. I think Cole Custer was minus 115. And, I think, again, where you were talking about
let me just
flip.
Into perspective, Austin Dillon, since 2018, has had 11 road course races. 0 top 5s, 0 top 10s, and he has finished in the top 20 5 of 11 times. That's what he's done as a road course driver.
Just look at this year, though.
Oh, that would take more time.
Type in Austin Dillon 2021 season results. The first thing that comes up should be an ESPN. You click on that, and it takes you right to his results.
Yep. All right. He finished 11th at Road America, 13th at Coda. Oh, no, that was at Xfinity.
And I think he's riding the Xfinity car tomorrow, too.
Has Austin... Wait, hold on. Let me look at the complete Cup results. That's why it was throwing me for a loop. Yeah, 12th at Coda. 13th, you nailed it. 11th, 12th, and 13th, yeah.
And then one bad one, I think, at the beginning of the year at Daytona. So, I just like the number. Cole Custer hasn't done crap.
Yeah, 34th at the road course. Yep.
Right. So, that's one I'm thinking about. And then MGM doesn't have any group bets so far this week. So the other one I'm looking at, and you're probably going to laugh at me again, is on DK. It's Group F. Ricky Stenhouse plus 230 over Ryan Newman, Corey LaJoie, and Bubba Wallace. The piece on this is Stenhouse. It's not that he's been great on road courses.
Yeah.
He's been decent, all right? But Ryan Newman, I don't think the guy's finished in the top 20 in any race over the last, 10 or 12 races. The guy is just ready to frickin', give it up. He's been horrible. I mean, he ran over one of the, bottom-tier drivers a couple weeks ago, all right? And then you have your boy Bubba Wallace, and we know Bubba can't drive on a road course.
Bubba's my boy. There are a lot of people that are my boy all of a sudden. For fuck's sake.
And then Corey LaJoie. I don't think Corey LaJoie's ever had a top 20 on a road course. So, to me, I like this for the mere fact that I think if Ricky Stenhouse can finish top 20, I think he can beat all three of them. Because the other three are that bad.
I don't disagree with anything that you said, right? But it's really hard for me to bet money on
Ricky Stenhouse.
Ricky Stenhouse, yeah. It's that it's just hard.
Oh, I know. But
I don't disagree though with anything you said.
I don't know if I'm going to end up on it. It's just one of those bets that intrigued me. And then there's one more actual head-to-head, and this was on William Hill, which is I guess Caesars now. I guess they've rebranded and come back out.
Really?
Huh?
Is that true?
I think Caesars owns William Hill now or something. So I'm not quite sure how it all worked, but I've been getting a lot of emails, and I've seen a lot of ads for them where they have new users sign up to get all kinds of shit. So it wasn't available prior to bet in, prior to NASCAR going on hiatus. But anyways, they have Chase Briscoe at plus 100 over Michael McDowell, who's at minus 120. Michael McDowell is a very good road course race driver.
Yeah.
But so is Chase Briscoe. Chase Briscoe is really, really good on the road courses. And my backing on this is I think Chase Briscoe has an outside chance to get a top 10. And I think he has more upside than what a Michael McDowell does. I think Michael McDowell could finish, 10th to 15th. It's a close bet. I highly doubt if I go there, but it's one that caught my eye.
Is that all? Would you take the shot on Kurt Busch to hit the top 5 at plus 300?
I don't mind that, but let's talk through this, okay? You know that Chase Elliott is going to get a top 5, right? So that's one spot.
I expect Kyle and Truex to probably be in the top 5.
Right. Definitely one of them, if not both of them. All right. So now you're down to either 2 spots or 3 spots.
I expect Kyle Larson to run well tomorrow too. Sunday.
Right. And then you have my boy Joey Logano.
Yeah.
So, do I think that Kurt Busch could get that top 5? Yes. But it's not going to be easy whatsoever.
Ryan Blaney's probably capable of sneaking in the top 5 too.
Exactly. So, that's I like the top 10 bet, even though you're giving money negatively versus the top 5 bet of plus 100. I think I would rather take a chance at what's Chase Briscoe to finish in the top 10, like plus 200.
I will check for you right now. Well, let's talk this through for a minute, right? I think that the implied probability on minus 140 is 58%, and then you need to account for the sportsbook hold, which is anywhere from 4 to 5%. That's like 63. So do you think that Kurt Busch has a 65% chance to finish in the top 10 on Sunday?
I mean, based on his record, he probably has like a 55% chance.
Well,
really.
Then that means that we shouldn't bet him at minus 140.
So, okay. I mean, what do you think? Do you think he has a 60% chance, 65% chance?
I think if you take a look at pure statistics-wise, no. But I don't know how you account for how good he's been this year into that equation. I guess that
he has the 5th best average of all drivers on the 4 road tracks this year.
Yeah, see, like somehow you have to quantify that into the fact that he's only been 57% lifetime, right? Yeah, like you somehow have to equate that into it. That he's the 5th best this year on road courses to begin with.
I mean, I would also say that the competition now is more competitive than what it was, earlier in his life when he was getting those top 10s too.
That's fair. Yeah, so I guess my answer would be no, it's not worth it. But man, I really thought about taking a shot on that. Maybe I'll shoot for the stars and just take a shot on the top 5. And if it wins, it wins. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Right. Like I going back to Chase, I think I would rather take Chase Briscoe at plus 200 to finish top 10.
Is that what he is? Let me check what I have. What do you think about Ross Chastain plus 125?
Over Kurt Busch?
No, to hit the top 10.
I mean, he's done it a couple times so far this year on the road course races. But, again, these things are so strategy laid back, ridden, that, he might play the wrong strategy card. I mean, and you can say that for any driver. So that's what you have to deal with on these road courses. So
I have Briscoe to hit the top 10 at plus 160.
Okay.
At DK. Man, I wish I had your fucking DraftKings numbers.
Hold on. Let's see what it is. What I have on that.
Who do I contact to get into the Discord? You want to DM the Run Pure Bets Twitter account, and they will help you out, bro. And if you just signed up, I appreciate you. Thanks for signing up. And contact the Run Pure Bets Twitter account. Tell them that you just became a member, and you want to be given access to get into the Discord, and somebody will contact you as soon as they see it.
Jay, I have plus 145 on Briscoe, top 10 on DK. It's at BetMGM that he's a 220.
Wow, that's not bad. What does BetMGM have on Ross Chastain to hit the top 10?
Plus 110. So it's better at
DK. What about Kurt?
145.
So what do you think about the other two Hendrick drivers this week, Byron and Bowman?
Well,
just in general.
In general,
I know you think Byron probably struggles, right?
Right. In general, for Hendrick minus Chase Elliott on road courses, this 750 package has not been very friendly to them whatsoever. They've had some of their worst results of the year in this 750 package. And, that's one of the reasons why the last couple of weeks prior to the break, I've been, talking to you, like, we need to look at hedging off of, Kyle Larson to win the championship because the last two races of the year, Martinsville and Phoenix, the championship race, are 750 packages. But if I had to rank them, it would be Chase Elliott, a distance from Kyle Larson, and then it would be Bowman, and it would be Byron. And, the other bet that I liked was I took Bowman at plus 125 to beat Will Byron head-to-head. So I like that. That was on
plus 125.
Yeah, I got him at plus 125. All the other books last night had him at it was more like plus 105. I think DK had him at minus 104, and BetMGM had him at plus 125.
And just talking it through, your theory was what? He's been better on road courses this year?
Bowman's been better on road courses in general. If you look at his top 10s, he's finished in the top 10 7 out of the last 12 road course races.
That's really solid. That's really
below Kurt Busch, and the only people above Kurt Busch is Martin Truex and Chase Elliott. So it's very good.
What's Bowman to finish in the top 10? Minus 10?
Hold on.
Minus 110, 20?
Minus 145.
What if I told you can get him at minus 120? Do you like that better than taking the minus 140 on Kurt Busch?
I don't know. I don't think, on MGM, he's at minus 145 with Kurt Busch, and I think that Kurt Busch has a better chance of getting in the top 10 than Alex Bowman. But I think Bowman has that chance. But Bowman could finish anywhere from 8th to 13th, 7th to 13th. I think 6th or 7th. I don't know if Alex Bowman can finish, if he has any top 5 upside. I think he has top 10 upside.
Yeah.
That's why one of the reasons I liked him against Byron is I think he has a lot more top 10 upside than Will Byron. But he has some outside of top 10 upside also, or downside, however you want to look at it.
Yeah, I'll buy that.
That number was just a bad number, because if you go in now and look at it, BetMGM's adjusted it to plus 105 for Bowman. But yeah, that plus 220 I liked on Chase Briscoe finishing the top 10. Do you have any thoughts on winning car, winning manufacturer or team? Excuse me.
I mean, it's so hard to get away from Chevy because Chase is so much better than the field. on road courses, it would just be hard for me to get away from Chevy. Now I don't know what the current odds are on Chevy.
Minus 140 on MGM. I think minus 125 on DK.
Yeah, even minus 125 is probably a little high. But what I will say is it does give you Kurt Busch and Kyle Larson as two other bullets in the gun. And even Bowman, if everything went right for him. Mm-hmm. So it's hard for me to get away from Chevy because of how dominant that Chase Elliott is.
Right. I mean, Toyota's plus 195.
And I'll tell you what, Coop, I really do believe in my heart that Kyle Larson, so if he has, I forget what race it was I forget what road course it was when he grabbed that early lead, and I got on him. I don't know, but I got on him live at like plus 600, and he never saw second place for like the whole race. Like, would it shock you if Larson's car wakes up all of a sudden and he's just fucking gone?
No, it wouldn't.
It wouldn't shock me either because he dominated that one road course when we hopped on it. We hopped on him really early in the live show, even earlier than you and I normally hop on things. But the price was so good that it was hard to pass up. It wouldn't shock me if it's him and Chase Elliott battling it out for the win. So, yeah, I would go. I would say Chevy deserves to be a minus 125 favorite.
Yeah. So if you look at the top Chevys this week, you got Elliott at minus 125. You have Larson at plus 210, and then Kurt Busch at 1,400. I mean, my thought real quick on that is a lot of the head-to-heads that I've seen is Elliott versus Larson, where Elliott's like a minus 150, Larson's like a plus 130, 125, somewhere in that ballpark. If you're going to, I would rather bet the top Chevy of Kyle Larson at plus 210 than taking them head-to-head. It's basically the same bet.
What do you mean head-to-head against who?
A lot of the bets are Chase Elliott against Kyle Larson head-to-head, where Kyle Larson's getting like plus 130, 140, 145 against Chase Elliott. But if you look at the top Chevy, he's getting plus 210. So I was saying I'd rather take the plus 210 as top Chevy because the only person who I think would beat either one of them would be Kurt Busch.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't disagree. I don't disagree with that.
I don't know if I would pull the trigger on, Kyle Larson at plus 210 being a top Chevy. Top Ford is interesting. Joey Logano is plus 220. Your boy's at plus 400. Blaney's at plus 400. Keselowski's at plus 575. I think between those, it really comes down to Blaney and Logano. Keselowski's not good on the road track, so I think you can eliminate him. And Kevin Harvick, he's going to finish anywhere from 5th to 10th. He doesn't have a car to compete for the win, but he's shown this year to have a 5th to 10th place car when he drives well.
Let me ask you a question. Are you looking at this on DK?
No, that's on MGM. I don't have top Ford Chevy on DK.
I don't either. DK normally has these numbers up by now, but I don't even have them at DK.
I never have it on DK. But the one long shot that I would kind of be interested in is Chase Briscoe, top Ford. Do you think there's a path to where he could beat Logano and Blaney and Harvick?
I think
beating all three of them is tough.
Yeah, beating all three Penske cars and Harvick is a tough ask. Yeah, that's fast. What are his odds though to do it?
1,400.
I mean, considering that he's only plus 125 to finish in the top 10, and 3 of the top 10 are probably Chevy, and 3 of the top 10 could very well be Toyota.
Whoa. Say that again?
I mean, is it out of the realm of possibility that Kyle Busch, Martin Truex, and either Denny or Chris Bell could sneak in there in the top? Like, is that out of the realm of possibility?
It's not out of the realm of possibility that all 4 of them finish in the top 10.
Well, so let's say 3 Gibbs cars finish in the top 10. And then let's say that Elliott, Larson, and Kurt finish in the top 10.
That's 7 cars.
That's 7 cars, right? So
and you haven't even talked about Ross Chastain, who could possibly finish there. Tyler Reddick, who we haven't talked about, has done well on courses this year.
When you start talking about it like that,
right?
I mean,
tough.
14. It's
also,
yeah.
It's also tough to take Chase Briscoe at plus 220 when you start talking about that too, with making a top 10.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So, but I was going to get to this, but you kind of jumped into it. So top Toyota, I mean, all year it's been Martin Truex, Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin. They've all been, anywhere from plus 150 to plus 200 to plus 250 against each other.
Right.
Chris Bell, all right, usually has been plus 1,000, plus 1,200 to be the top Toyota. He's starting to get some respect.
I know
700.
Yeah, I normally see him at 9 or 10 to 1. Normally, 7 to 1.
Yep.
Yeah, he's starting to get some respect.
Yep. I know that pains you.
Yeah, no. I mean, how dare you? How dare you? I get like the worst raps from fucking Coop, man. I'm a Chris Bell fan. He almost won that race, bro. What race was it? When he was second and coming, and I had him at 10 to 1 live.
It was the race that we had Amarola. He was chasing that Amarola.
Yeah, that's right. So we would have won either way. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was a race where we jumped the gun and we bet Chris Bell really early in the race, and then he sucked, and then all of a sudden at the end, here he is in second place.
And oh, that's right. That was the race that they called early, right, for darkness.
Yeah. 10 laps. There was no doubt that Chris Bell would have chased him down too.
Yeah, he would have chased him down. Yeah, so you know what? That kid deserves respect. He does.
Yeah. But he's not sleeping in your bed like mine.
No, he's not sleeping in my bed, bro. Nope. All right, so we're both betting Kurt Busch in the one matchup that we can actually bet him in this week.
Yeah, that's on FanDuel.
Is there any other play that we think is worth giving out to the people?
I gave out the Bowman over Byron in the Discord. That was at plus 125. It's dropped down to plus 105 now.
That Kurt Busch over Byron is also available at Bet365. DraftKings. I'm sorry.
Really?
Yeah, I'm looking at Kurt Busch minus 115 against Will Byron on DK right now. So, and that's going to go on the spreadsheet. That's probably.
I don't have that matchup.
Busch over Byron.
No,
on DK. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have Bowman against Byron. I don't have Kurt Busch in any individual matchups on DK.
But you have him against Byron on BetMGM.
It's FanDuel. Your favorite place to bet.
Yeah, my favorite. Yeah. What do you think? Anything against Joey Logano heads up against Denny Hamlin? Anything there?
Again, I think it goes back to what we were talking about with Martin Truex against Hal Busch. It's a coin flip.
What do you think about Chase Briscoe heads up against Matty D minus 110?
I like it. I
kind of like that too.
Yeah. See, that's another one. Is that on DK?
Yeah, it's on DK.
Yeah, I don't have that bet on DK.
What's Matty D done this year on road tracks?
Go back to that ESPN and just type in his name. But I think he has one top 10, and then the rest of them are like 15th to 20th, 25th, somewhere in that ballpark. He's probably, if you look at his career, he's probably slightly better than Austin Dillon on road tracks. So I like that bet a lot, actually, Jay. I like it a lot.
So do I. Considering that he's only plus 120 to hit the top 10. I mean, at the Daytona road course, he finishes 37th this year, right? At COTA, 23rd. At Road America, he hits the top 10. At Sonoma, 23rd. So he had one top 10 at Road America.
Yep. If you look at the top 10 on DK, I mean, Chase Briscoe is plus 145. I think you said you had him at 165.
Yeah.
DiBenedetto is plus 225 for me.
So how the fuck are they? How are they both a coin flip to hit the top 10? I got Matty D
better for you.
plus 150.
Yeah. See, for me, it's plus 225.
Yeah, I like that bet.
I like that bet a lot. Like if it was available for me, I would definitely jump on that, man.
Yep. So
because that's why I want to bet, Chase Briscoe, because he's really good on these road tracks. But like the best one I had against him was the Michael McDowell. And
right.
Michael McDowell is a much, much better road course driver than Matt Benedetto.
Much better. Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah,
I really like that.
That's why I brought it up. All right, so let me just taking a look at the other ones I have. I got Daniel Suarez against Michael McDowell. They're both coin flips, but they're both really good road course drivers, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I got Bubba Wallace in a coin flip against Ryan Newman. I'd rather be fucking dead than bet that. Austin Dillon against Cole Custer, but Custer's minus 140.
What do
you plus 115?
I had that. I talked about that earlier in the show. If you don't remember,
yeah, I do.
I one of the bets I was considering. So I like Austin Dillon to beat Cole Custer.
Ryan Blaney is minus 105 against Alex Bowman, who is minus 115. Wait a minute. Daniel McGill, are you telling me right now that Kurt Busch to finish in the top 10 is plus 250 at BetMGM? Because I currently have $5,000 in my BetMGM account that I haven't even touched since Coop and I put it in there about a month ago. Is that true, Coop?
No, not for me. I have minus 145 for Kurt Busch to finish in the top 10 at BetMGM.
I mean, Daniel McGill is tickling my ball bag. What are you doing to me, Daniel? Fucking guy.
I have Kurt Busch to plus 325 to finish in the top 5 at MGM.
I'm trying to find Kurt Busch now on my top 10s at BetMGM. Hold on. Yeah, I got him at minus 145. This fucking guy give me a heart attack, bro.
All right. Go, but you were going through your DK matchups.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, Blaney minus 105 against Bowman. I think Blaney's probably slightly better. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, but let me ask you this. All right. I have Ryan Blaney against Christopher Bell as a matchup on DK. What do you think
what
the numbers
price?
are there? What do you think they are?
Ryan Blaney minus 120. Chris Bell minus 105. What is it?
Ryan Blaney minus 104. Chris Bell minus 129.
Oh yeah, I like Blaney in that matchup, don't you?
I mean, I do, but I wouldn't bet it because I think it's a coin flip. I don't think the numbers are right, though. It should be much closer than that.
It's a coin flip where one guy's minus 130.
So.
Yeah. I leave Blaney there. The only other matchups I have is Tyler Reddick and Ross Chastain, both minus 110. And then I got Kyle.
See, that's crazy. On my DK, I have Tyler Reddick at minus 104, Chastain at minus 129.
Yeah, I got Chastain 110, both 110. And then I got Kyle Busch plus 105 against Marty.
Yeah, having a plus 100. So do you have Kevin Harvick in any individual matchups on DK?
Minus 105 against Keselowski.
What do you think about that?
I think I went into this week after doing my research last night and today, wanting to fade Kevin Harvick. But the only matchup that I have is him and Brad, really. And if you take a look at what Brad's done the last 6 years here, 35, 7, 3, 15, 17, 9. So he's been one position better on average finish over Kevin Harvick over the last 10 races at this track.
But this is probably Brad Keselowski's best road course. He is not a good road course driver. Kevin Harvick is. For me, it's minus 115 to minus 115. Like I think that Harvick is a lot better than Keselowski in road tracks, but I can't pay the minus 115.
I just think that there are better angles to hit than to even bother with that matchup, right?
Right. Yeah. But just something that was interesting.
Evil Terry says Denny Hamlin easy win, and then he says Kyle Busch doesn't race Xfinity if he wins, he needs to be known for winning both races. What the fuck does that even mean?
I think some people have had edibles on who are watching tonight.
I was gonna end the show, but now I'm gonna wait for a minute so Evil Terry can explain himself. What does that even mean? What does that even mean, Terry? What does that mean, Terry? I mean, all right. So Coop and I are going to give out Kyle Busch. That means that Kyle Busch cheats. All right, bro. All right. Good looking out, Terry. One day I'm going to have you. Terry. One day I'm going to welcome you on the live show with me and Coop on Sunday afternoons because I want to pick around in that NASCAR head of yours. Okay. So, all right. So, full transparency, even if you're not a member of Run Pure Sports, I'm putting the play that Coop and I like, Kurt Busch over Willie B, on the spreadsheet. We're going to give that out on the show. And we're also going to give out at DraftKings Ross Chastain minus 110 against Matt DiBenedetto. So those are going to.
I thought it was Chase Briscoe.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, hold on. Now you got me fucked up.
And I thought Chase was getting some money.
Chase Briscoe minus 110 against Matt DiBenedetto on the show. Listen, Coop, don't fuck with me, bro. All right? We throw out a lot of names on this show. All right?
We do.
Evil Terry said Kurt Busch is bad. Oh, Terry, if you're free on Sunday and want to come on the show, you're welcome to.
Kurt Busch is what?
Bad. He said Kurt Busch is bad, bro.
I don't think that people who watch this show would agree with that, man. I mean, Kurt Busch got us a 25-1 a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I mean, like we literally just cashed a Kurt Busch plus 2,500 live show ticket. But all right, Terry, we can roll with that, bro. We can roll with that. Yeah, you're welcome on the show on Sunday, Terry. So Coop and I can talk to you. Yeah, Coop, one last thing before we go. I feel like we're letting an opportunity go if we don't bet something on a road course and a stage 1 winner. Odds aside, okay? Odds aside, who do you think has the best chance to be in the 1 hole at the end of stage 1? Odds aside.
Oh man, you're putting me on the spot, man. I'd like to go back and watch some races last year or 2 years ago to see how fast these drivers can get up front on a road course.
Coop, me and you have watched over the last year like 7 or 8 road course races on 3 different NASCAR circuits. Like, I mean, there was literally a race where me and you had money on a guy that went from like 12th to 1st in 4 laps of a road course. Do you remember that?
Yes, sir.
I think that I was shocked when I heard you say within 10 to 15 laps, Chase Elliott can't go from 11th to 1st. I mean, that's just crazy talk. He's starting basically in the 10 hole.
I mean, I came into this I put that on my notes that I like Blaney and I like Logano to win stage one. I wanted to talk to you about it. But you put me into a new perspective where, a Larson or a Chase Elliott. And then, like I said, we're not even talking about Denny Hamlin, who could have won or could win the stage. So, if I had to say, I would say Kyle Larson.
Yeah, he's my early pick. Like I said earlier in the show, he's starting in row 2. I think that he's going to get the lead early in this race, and people are going to be chasing him down during stage 1. But I think like right behind him would be Chase Elliott. I think now Chase Elliott may be able to catch him at the end of stage 1, maybe, because I don't think that they're going to pit. And that's a big caveat that we have to talk about, because if everybody pits, it's all out the fucking window, right?
Right.
But
Oh, yeah.
I don't think the top 10 drivers, probably even the top 15, are going to pit during stage 1.
The truck race doesn't have the competition caution tomorrow. The Xfinity race does, and it's at lap 10. Different circuits, different races, but at least it will give us somewhat of a ballpark of what happens, how people attack it, and then what happens afterwards to the drivers who do and don't pit.
I think that if you took Kyle Larson and Chase Elliott to win stage 1, I think one of them gets it done. I got 3.5 to 1 and 4.5 to 1 on both. I think one of them gets it done. And if I was going to pick a second guy, a third person after them, I think I'd be right there with you on Logano or Blaney. But I just think those Hendrick cars, those two bad boys are gonna get there, because I just don't see everybody pitting. Like, if people pit, I would take my shot on Kurt Busch at 30 to 1. But I just don't think that they're gonna pit.
I think it's a topic to continue to discuss over the next 24 hours.
Yeah, all right, we'll keep it there, guys.
Because we're talking about this stage 1, and you haven't even mentioned one of your favorite drivers to win the stage,
which is
Truex.
Martin Truex is one of my favorite drivers. I mean, like, bro. I mean, I can't. All right, we're ending the show. We're out of here. Coop's got to go to fucking work tomorrow. I gotta be live all fucking night tomorrow for UFC 265. All I do is live my life in front of a fucking camera. So we're out of here. I'll be back tomorrow. Now, Run Pure subscribers, look for my plays and Coop's plays for the Xfinity truck race in the subscriber Discord. But after those races are over, I'll be live all night long for an 8-hour show for UFC 265. Sunday, Coop and I are back at it for Bowling at the Glen, 220 miles for the NASCAR Cup Series. And aside from that, you're on your fucking...
What's the name of the Xfinity race?
Like, what's the actual name of it?
Yeah, man.
The Screwball Peanut Butter Whiskey 200, bro. Yeah. Like, are you happy now, Coop?
Oh yeah. The Screwball Whiskey Peanut Butter 500. 200.
No, I mean, you're fucking it all up, bro. It's the Screwball Peanut Butter Whiskey 200. Everybody else will fucking see you tomorrow.